In the last lecture, we had discussed about Newman's projection. Now, there are two forms in which Newman's projection is usually represented. First will be called as staggered conformation, and the second one is called as eclipsed conformation. Now, the staggered conformation is, I am just writing one word for staggered conformation. It actually is related to bisected bonds, which means that in which the two carbon atom will actually contain hydrogen bonds that are bisecting each other. So these two bonds are bisected by this one, same case for this and other. So we will represent the central carbon atom with three bisected lines, but these lines that are actually connected with the circumference of the circle are actually these carbon to hydrogen bonds that are bisecting the front carbon. But in the case of eclipsed, I am writing one word for eclipsed. Actually, it represents the superimposeable conformation, which means that these hydrogen bonds are not bisected to each other, rather they are actually parallel to each other. For example, this is the front carbon of ethane, and the rear carbon is actually parallel to the carbon to hydrogen bonds of the front carbon. So these carbon to hydrogen bond of the front carbon are actually parallel to the carbon to hydrogen bonds of the rear carbon. So we would say that it is actually in parallel to each other. So we will say that they are superimposable. Now any conformation that look like this will be named as an eclipsed conformation, in which the dihedral bonds are superimposable, while in staggered conformation dihedral bonds are bisecting each other. Now the question is, which of the following is more stable, either staggered conformation or eclipsed conformation? And the correct answer is staggered conformation is more stable than eclipsed conformation, which we will say that it is less stable. Why I am saying that eclipsed is less stable? Because as you can see that carbon to hydrogen bonds are actually present parallel to each other, and for example, if there is any bulky group present instead of this hydrogen atom, it will actually cause van der Waals repulsion. So van der Waals repulsion can actually render this conformation as less stable and will try to rotate it from its original position. So when it will be rotated, it will try to, when this bond will rotate, it will try to get the conformation that is more stable. It can either rotate clockwise or anti-clockwise. That we will discuss in the further lectures. But for this time, you should see that if it acquires this conformation, there will be less van der Waals repulsion, and less van der Waals repulsion will render this staggered conformation as more stable. So these are the two conformations that we repeatedly draw for Newman's projection for any structure. So up till now we have discussed 2 points, that what are staggered conformation and why they are more stable. Same case, what are eclipsed conformation and why they are more stable.